Good day, everyone. Today we are diving into the fascinating world of the nervous system. Your body's super fast command center that keeps everything running smoothly. It is the ultimate control panel, processing info from your sense, making decisions, and coordinating responses like reflexes or emotions. By the end of this presentation, you will be able to learn the major divisions and functions, control of movement, coordination, and reaction time. Voluntary versus involuntary responses, nervous system health and workplace performance, how it works with skeletal muscular systems, common disorders, prevention, and care. Major divisions and functions. The nervous system is broadly divided into the central nervous system and peripheral nervous system, each with distinct roles in coordinating body function. Central nervous system. The central nervous system, or CNS, acts as the body's primary control center, processing information and coordinating all bodily activities through its two main components, the brain and the spinal cord. The brain serves as the command center for thought, memory, emotion, voluntary movement, and sensory processing, while also regulating involuntary functions like breathing, heart rate, and hormone production. Its key regions include the cerebral cortex for cognition and movement, the cerebellum for coordination and balance, and the brainstem for basic life functions. Meanwhile, the spinal cord, a long tubular structure connecting the brain to the peripheral nervous system, relays signals between the brain and the rest of the body and controls rapid reflexes, which are involuntary responses to stimuli that don't require brain input.
Peripheral nervous system consists of all nerves outside the CNS that extend to muscles, organs, and sensory receptors. Its main role is to transmit information between the CNS and the body. It is divided into two subparts: somatic nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. Somatic nervous system, or SNS, controls voluntary movements by carrying signals from CNS to skeletal muscles. It also relays sensory information, for example, touch, pain, temperature, from the body to the CNS. Autonomic nervous system, or ANS, regulates involuntary functions such as heart rate, digestion, breathing, and glandular activity. The next topic, we have the control of movement, coordination, and reaction time. Muscle movement control. Number 1, initiation. Voluntary movement starts in the cerebral cortex, primary motor cortex, where signals are generated based on intent or external stimuli. For involuntary movements, we have reflexes. Signals originate in the spinal cord or brainstem. Number 2, transmission. Nerve impulses travel down motor neurons in PNS to muscle fibers. At the neuromuscular junction, neurotransmitters like acetylcholine trigger muscle contraction. Number 3, regulation. The cerebellum adjusts force and timing of contractions, while the basal ganglia modulates movement smoothness and suppresses unwanted actions. Coordination. The cerebellum is the key structure here. It integrates sensory information from eyes, ears, muscles, and joints to fine-tune movements, ensuring balance, posture, and synchronized action. For example, walking or typing. The brainstem coordinates basic rhythmic movements like breathing and swallowing, while the cerebral cortex aligns movements with cognitive goals.
Reaction time is the measurable gap between a stimulus and our physical response, represents the speed of our internal. So when sensory receptors detect a stimulus, such as moving object, they send signal through sensory neurons to the central nervous system. In simple reflexes, it's like pulling your hand away from hot objects, can bypass the brain for an instant response via the spinal cord, while complex reaction is like a goalkeeper diving to save a ball. It must travel to the brain for processing, which slightly increases the time taken, and the efficiency is often influenced by factors such as fatigue, age, and how many distractions are present. Next is voluntary versus involuntary responses. First is voluntary responses. These are actions we perform with conscious intent, driven by the cerebral cortex. In daily life, this includes choosing what to wear or sending a text message. While professional setting, it involves typing a report or deciding how to lead a meeting. Next is involuntary responses, are automatic function controlled by the autonomic nervous system or spinal cord that require no thought. These include reflexive actions for immediate protection, like jerking away from sharp objects, and rhythmic functions that maintain life, such as breathing, digestion, and pupil dilation. In professional setting, these often manifest as physiological reactions to stress, such as an increased heart rate during a presentation or an automatic startle response to a sudden loud noise.
Nervous system health and workplace performance. Concentration. Concentration happens when our brain and nervous system work well together. The prefrontal cortex, which help us pay attention and make decisions, and the sensory areas, which process what we see and hear, must communicate clearly. When the nervous system is healthy, blood flows properly. Neurotransmitters like dopamine and acetylcholine are balanced, and the brain's pathways are strong. This allows us to stay focused, think clearly, and finish tasks. But when the nervous system is not healthy, things change. Lack of sleep, poor nutrition, or tired brain cells can slow down signals. This makes us feel foggy, easily distracted, and unable to decide what to do first. In class, we can think about times when we struggled to concentrate, maybe because we were hungry, stressed, or didn't sleep enough, and compare them to times when we felt sharp and focused. This shows that concentration is not just about trying harder. It depends on how well we take care of our brain and body. Healthy habits like sleeping enough, eating balanced meals, and managing stress help the nervous system stay strong. Unhealthy habits make it harder to focus. Concentration is really a teamwork between our lifestyle and our brain's ability to work. Stress management. Stress is controlled by the autonomic nervous system, which manages how our body reacts in different situations. It has two parts: the sympathetic system, which prepares us for fight or flight, and the parasympathetic system, which helps us rest and digest. A healthy nervous system can switch smoothly between these two states. This balance keeps stress hormones like cortisols under control, allowing us to stay calm, think clearly, and recover quickly after challenges. When the nervous system is not healthy, stress can become constant. Chronic stress or imbalance often keeps the sympathetic system active, leading to anxiety, irritability, and poor emotional control. This makes it harder to handle daily pressures at school, work, or home. In class, we can reflect on times when we manage stress well, maybe by staying calm during exams or solving problems step by step, and compare them to times when stress felt overwhelming. This shows that stress management is not only about attitude but also about how well our nervous system is regulated. Healthy habits such as proper sleep, exercise, relaxation techniques, and balanced nutrition strengthen the nervous system and improve stress control. Poor habits like lack of rest or constant worry weaken it. Managing stress is really about helping the body and brain work together so we can face challenges without being overwhelmed.
So let's proceed to productivity. Nervous system health underpins both mental and physical capacity to perform tasks. Good health. Efficient neural processing speed ups decision making, enhances coordination for manual work, and maintains consistent energy levels. Overlearned skills or typing also rely on healthy neutral pathways to stay automatic and error free. Poor health. Fatigue, pain from nerves issues, or cognitive slowdown reduces work outputs, increases errors, and leads to burnout. as the body and brain struggle to keep up with demands. Next is how it works with skeletal or muscular system. So first, let's proceed to skeletal system. The skeletal system provides the structural framework that supports postures, positioned limbs for work, and safeguards vital organs. In office settings, the spine, pelvis, and limb bones create stable bases for sitting at a desk, typing on a keyboard, or reaching for supplies. Proper alignment of bones like the cervical vertebrae supporting the head and the carpal bones in the wrist reduces unnecessary pressure on tissues and ensures movement are biomechanically sound. Next is muscular system. So the muscular system powers all physical actions and maintains stability. Skeletal muscles contract and relax to move bones. For example, forearm muscles control finger movements during typing, while core musculars keep the spine upright during long work sessions. So muscular also act as a shock absorbers and help distribute weight evenly, preventing localized strain. When muscles are strong and flexible, they support sustained activity without fatigue or overuse injuries.
The nervous system. It coordinates and regulates the other two systems, turning intent into actions while ensuring safety. Sensory nerves send feedback from muscles, joints, and bones to the brain, signaling if a posture is strained or if a movement could cause harm. The brain then adjusts muscle construction via motor nerves, fine-tuning actions like clicking a mouse or carrying a stack of documents for precision and control. The autonomic nervous system also plays a role by regulating blood flow to muscle during prolonged work, maintaining energy levels and reducing cramping. The common disorders, prevention, and care. Skeletal system disorders. First is cervical osteochondrosis. Long-term poor sitting postures strains neck and vertebrae, leading to pain, dizziness, and numbness. Next is lower back pain. Prolonged sitting or incorrect posture compresses lumbar disc, causing discomfort that may radiate to the legs. Lastly is prevention and care. Use ergonomic chairs with lumbar support. Adjust desk height so the monitor is at eye level. Take breaks every 45 to 60 minutes to stretch the neck and back, and perform core strengthening exercises regularly.
Muscular system disorders. First, neck, shoulder, and back muscle tension. This happens when we stay in the same posture for long periods, like sitting at a desk for hours. It causes tightness and soreness in those areas. Second, carpal tunnel syndrome. Repetitive hand and wrist movements, such as typing or using a mouse, put pressure on the median nerve. This leads to numbness, pain, and weakness in the hands. Last is tendonitis. Overusing certain muscles or tendons, like in the shoulders or elbows from frequent mouse use, causes inflammation and pain. So, how we can protect ourselves with prevention and care? First, take frequent breaks to stretch your hands, wrists, shoulders, and neck. Second, use rest and ergonomic keyboards or mice. Third, keep your wrists and arms in a neutral position while working. And last, do regular strength training to boost muscle endurance.
And now, let's talk about the nervous system disorders. First is the vegetative vascular dystonia or VVD. This disorder involves a malfunction of the autonomic nervous system which controls involuntary bodily functions. It's often triggered by stress, lack of sleep, and an inactive lifestyle, leading to symptoms such as fluctuating blood pressure, headaches, and palpitations. It's a functional disorder meaning there are no clear structural abnormalities, and treatment focuses on managing symptoms and improving lifestyle. Second is the neurosis and anxiety disorders. It refers to a range of mental disorders characterized by anxiety and distress. These continues are often brought on by work pressure, tight deadlines, and monotonous routines, resulting in symptoms like irritability, insomnia, and panic attacks. Modern diagnostics categorize many of these under anxiety disorders, which are treated with psychotherapy, sometimes medication, and lifestyle adjustment. Next is migraines and chronic fatigue. This section identifies potential triggers for these conditions: long hours in front of screens, bright lights, and poor posture. It also states that these triggers can lead to migraines and persistent fatigue, which in turn affects concentration. And lastly, the prevention and care. This part outlines several proactive measures. The stress management techniques recommends practices like mindfulness meditation and deep breathing exercise. Second is adequate sleep. Emphasizes the importance of 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep daily. Third is the regular breaks and fresh air. Suggests taking regular breaks to move around and get fresh air. And last, balanced diet for nerve health. Advises maintaining a balanced diet rich in nutrients that support nerve health, such as B vitamins and omega-3 fatty acids. That's all. Thank you.